Yo. Hungry and stressed. Thokozani, hello, Vuisa. Thokozani, guys. I am so sorry I'm late. I literally walked in the door. Look, I just, like, my coat is sitting right there on the couch because things don't always go according to plan, but we move. Ninjani, Thokozani, I made it. Yo. And I would like to apologize because I did something really sneaky. Yeah, it was sneaky. I'm going to apologize. I know I had said 7 p.m. for South African people, and that is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to apologize because I snuck in there and I changed the time. I changed the time when I realized that I had made a boo-boo. So my apologies, please. That was not meant to gaslight you and make you believe that you are the ones who were mistaken. I did that. Thokozin, I'm sorry. Kamaguzugi, Mase Chaba. Guys, there are lots of you here and I'm late. So you know what? So Thokozisa, and we're going to get right into it. Can you guys hear me? Yes, I'm sure you can hear me. I see all the love that's going out. Thokozani, Chamagwini, Lesedi Lehanya, Tobela, Ndauwe Shewe, Muribwanji, Makadini Zhenyu, Kedu, Jambo, Nangadev, Kilode. Hi, guys. Let me breathe. You see, I'm like eating on the go. This is the life of a mom. So I had to take my kids to the doctors, and so you eat in the car, you try to work in the car, injalo. Such is life. But I wanted to come and us deepen our conversation about Anpu. Why is that? Because we are in this wonderful time where we have the energy of Nobunkubulwane, which is the energy of healing, and. So I love how nature works, which is that nature provides so beautifully for us. Like, you can't go, there's nothing better than working with nature, simply because everything is so harmonized and so synchronized. So we're in this time. You guys over there, and I'm saying we. When I say we, please don't reference where I am. My soul is over there where you are, in Southern Africa, in Africa, okay? So where we are right now with this season of winter is that dormant state, the going inward. And along comes Anpu, who's like, yeah, while you're going inward, can we take a look at some of the issues that you usually avoid to look at, like forgiveness? The reason I decided to do it with forgiveness, because I think forgiveness goes hand in hand with accountability. It goes hand in hand with atonement and making amends. Yebo? So I thought we were going to work on forgiveness because I've seen in the comment section, whenever I've done, like the last one I did and several others, people talk about how they are struggling with forgiveness. So I thought we would do one on forgiveness today. If we don't finish, then tomorrow we'll go into the sort of atonement and amends. But we need to start with this forgiveness thing, right? Why? Because I'm going to put it to you like this, and it's not going to be very nice to hear, but you're going to have to hear it because you're here now. It's very arrogant to think that you can go through your life without forgiving people. You heard me. It is extremely arrogant to think that you can go through life without having to ask for forgiveness. It is arrogant to think that you can go through life without forgiving others. Why am I saying this? Because who do you think you are to not give forgiveness to someone who comes and asks for it? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? It's extremely arrogant because what you're saying is there's something special about you. There's something special about you that you can use your divinity to deny another person an opportunity to make things right. It's very egotistical, very arrogant, very self-centered. The sad part of it is you're cutting your nose to spite your face when you don't forgive. What kind of hard-hearted person says, I will not forgive somebody? I will never forgive you. Because you are who? Like you've never done anything wrong to anyone. That's exactly what you're saying. When you deny other people forgiveness, you're saying you're perfect. You're saying I'm all this. You're saying I've never wronged anyone. And therefore, I don't need to ask for forgiveness. Therefore, I can use my divinity to deny another person an opportunity to make things right. Cease. And many of you are stuck with unforgiveness because you're arrogant. It's so hard to forgive. I'm finding it hard to forgive. Because who? You are special. You're finding it hard to forgive. Why? Because you're God, the all-perfect, and therefore, get alive. Every single one of us has fallen short. Every single one of us has made mistakes. Every single one of us has needed someone to forgive us. Whether we went to say sorry or not, we have in this lifetime, in this incarnation, needed somebody to forgive us. So how do you sit there and say you won't forgive someone? I would say, actually, I'm in a no-nonsense mood today because I've seen too much of it around. And I know the behaviors that come with people who have unforgiveness in their heart. Extremely haughty, extremely arrogant, think they're better than everybody else. You're not. And you're not going to sit there and try to say, oh, this person, what they did to me, my mother and the things she put me through, and my father and the things they put me through. We have all got a story to tell. All of us, every single human that is on this planet has been hurt by somebody, somewhere, somehow, at some point. So how do you sit there and in your narcissistic self, sit there and want to harbor this hurt and hold on to it? Like, what's the payoff for you? Feeling superior? That's your payoff, feeling superior. Because you get to nurse these hurts and talk about how this person hurt you and play victim. Sis, I hate victims. I do. Like, victim mentality, can't deal. Even my kids know it. Mommy, it's like, Stop misusing your power. Stop abusing your power. Because most people who have unforgiveness know one thing for sure. You have the power. You know, when someone needs your forgiveness, when someone needs your compassion, you know you hold power over that person. So stop abusing it. You won't. And I'm not talking about the people who come to you to say, I'm sorry. That's nonsense. I'm talking about genuine forgiveness. Where your mom says, please, I know I've done wrong. Can we sit down? And you're like, never. I will never talk to her again. She sends your sister or your aunt or someone. Uma wako needs you. Your ma's not feeling well. You're like, not my business. She should have thought of that before she did this, and this to me when I was 3 years old. You're a woman or you're a man and you're now in your 40s. I would say. We've all been hurt. We've all got mother wounds. We've all got father wounds. And I've given you guys an opportunity to wallow in that because I've done the series. But right now, in the time we're in and what's required of us, we don't have time for that. So we got to pull up our big girl panties. We got to pull up our big boy briefs, and we've got to do the things that we know we need to do to get to where we need to get to. And one of them starts with healing. One of them starts with being a forgiving person. Because when you don't forgive somebody, that's why I said you cut your nose to spite your face. Half the time you're not forgiving somebody, you're also in prison. So you're in prison with the hurt and unforgiveness. You're chained to that person through their own guilt and shame. So now, when your unforgiveness and your hurt and your pain, this one with their guilt and shame, nje for eternity. How does that serve you? Hey, and we get tired of people who don't forgive. You know why? Because the subject of your unforgiveness has you so imprisoned, you talk about them the whole time. Oh my God. Yo, and was wang it. Hey, wasn't wang it. You start to tell a story. It gets diverted to, yeah, I remember when my mother did this, and hey, we are telling a story of something else. Yeah, my own mother. Phew, hi, we are tired. Stop with the BS. Forgiveness is a choice. Don't sit there and go, I'm not ready to forgive. Why? What are you waiting for, Jesu? Oh, Jesu, just so I can clever you. Jesu is a fairy tale. So what are you waiting for? Why are you not ready? Hey, exactly. You don't forgive someone. It's like drinking poison, hoping that it's going to kill your enemy. You cut your nose to spite your face. So I'm really feeling really urgent about this because I have a few people in my own life who I see have this weakness of not being able to forgive. And I see that it is linked to arrogance. And as the Sekhmet I am, I'm going to have to call it out. So it is what it is. Guys, most people are so busy talking about this one did this and karma will get them. Are you aware that what that person did to you could be your karma? I always talk about karma getting other people, ne? It's easy. Karma will get them. Don't worry. Karma will get them. Are you aware when you may have hurt somebody and karma is coming back for you? Apela, these people who don't forgive don't count their own wrongs. They forget very quickly who they've hurt, who they've gossiped about, who they lied on, who they've stolen from, who they've thought ill of. Even thinking bad of somebody is a negative thing. And you've wronged that person. Especially if you're doing these things unbeknownst to them. That thing that you don't like somebody and you're talking about them behind their back, the minute they show up, you're like, you are hurting that person. And if you're a decent human being, you would go and you would confess to that person and say, look, I'm sorry, I did XYZ behind your back. I was talking about you like this. See, we're in that season where if you don't do the right thing yourself, Umoya is going to expose you. And Umoya is going to expose you through other people and sometimes in public ways. So all your arrogance of I'm not forgiving, I'm this, you're not a sweet gonyana where you are sitting there from where I'm standing. You are as human as the rest of us. So get you off your high horse, get down to terra firma, Mother Earth, get grounded, and start doing the right things. And you know what they are. Okay? So back to this forgiveness thing. Okay, so right. Are you all okay? Just get a tissue. Guys, this is mine. Everybody got the tissue? I did warn you, bring a tissue. Let's wipe up. All right. That's better. Today. There's a Gogo who's mad. She's angry as hell. But anyway, now, let's talk about this a little bit. There is no how and how am I going to forgive? How do I get? You work on yourself. You get humble. The only way you're going to be able to forgive someone else's weaknesses is if you're able to say, yeah, but I'm also weak. The only way you're going to be able to give grace to someone else is if you can sit back and say, but I also need grace. And then the first thing you're going to do is you're going to give yourself that grace. You're going to forgive yourself. Half the time you're having a hard time forgiving others because you don't even want to look at your part, how you were complicit in whatever wounding happened. You don't want to look at that. So the result is you cannot forgive yourself. Therefore, you cannot forgive the other. You can't give to someone that which you don't have. You can't give to someone that which you have not given for yourself. Otherwise, it's not genuine. So the first step is to say, I need grace. I need grace from others. I need grace from me. If you were to take a piece of paper and write down all the things that you think you've gotten away with, that you've done wrong to someone, you will fill an A4, both sides. So, what's your story? Here's the thing. This season of Anpu and raising your conscience means this. When your conscience is awakened and you are conscious, so your conscience is awake and you are conscious, you will become more aware of your own shortcomings than the shortcomings of other people. Because really, at the end of the day, it's you need to focus. You cannot control what other people are doing, thinking, saying, being, whatever. You can control you. But when your own conscience is dead, you project outward and you're busy looking at everybody else's blemishes and scars and sins except your own. What's that got to do with you? What somebody else's scars and blemishes and wrongdoings got to do with you? How does looking at their scars and peperezaring about their issues and their wrongs, how does that progress you and your journey? At the end of the day, there's only one person you have control over, and that's you. So please, go and do the inner work. So you, please, get a piece of paper. I want you to dig deep. You see the full moon is coming in a few days. Full moon ritual. I'm going to come on and we're going to talk about a ritual that you're all going to do. And it's a forgiveness and letting go rituals, because some of the people you need to forgive are no longer in your life. Some of the people that you need to forgive have passed on. Imagine how crazy is it that you can be holding on to unforgiveness to somebody who's died or somebody who's moved on with their life, totally unaware that you are unforgiving. Who's the prisoner? You. Godamara. You're the prisoner. So we're going to do a letting go ritual so that you don't necessarily have to be in touch with the person that you're going to forgive. And no, it doesn't always check out that you are forgiving somebody who has come to you and asked for forgiveness. That's the first scenario that got Ukoko crazy. Who do you think you are that somebody comes to genuinely apologize and you shut the door in their face? That's a different scenario. I'm talking about the people who are not asking for forgiveness. I'm talking about the people who are dead, who wronged you. Because you still need to make amends with them. Otherwise, there's no balance, no harmony. You're very unbalanced and you're very disharmonious. So we're going to do that new moon ritual where we're going to do a big forgiveness thing. So please get yourselves ready for that. I need for you at that time, I need you to get a red candle and I need you to get a piece of paper. I need you to get basil as a herb. You can use dried basil. I'll do the whole list. It's coming now. It's coming together. But I'll do the list of the things that we're going to need. And we're going to do this ritual. I'm going to do it with you on live under the full moon. Because I got a few things. That I need to get out. This is the season for it. And we have Anpu supporting that. Here's another thing I just wanted to put out there, guys. This self-forgiveness is huge. Because on a level, and I've said this before and I got into trouble, but you know what? It doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. Do you know, or are you aware that before you came into this incarnation, you kind of signed a soul contract that you're coming here in this incarnation to be this thing that you are? That you're going to be born in this season, that you're born in, whatever that season, with those characteristics to fulfill a certain purpose. Part of which is to experience. Say the word with me. Experience. What does experience mean? Experience means to go through. You came to experience, period. Not experience the good things, not experience the fun things, not experience the pleasurable things. You came to experience the whole range of things that can be experienced here on earth. So yes and yes, yes, many of us, all of us chose to come here and experience everything, including negativity and negative experiences in our life. Can I get an amen? Hi, Gogo. How could I have chosen to come to this earth you chose it. Just like I chose to come into this planet to experience some of the hell I've experienced. Why? Because I was creator complete and perfect in myself, and I needed to come and experience so that I make my way back home. What does that mean? When we came into this world, we forgot that we made these contracts. Yeah, because that that story of coming into the world is very complex. We forgot when we were coming into this world that we made this. That's why every time you go through something, you're like, why me? You forget that, oh, by the way, in this incarnation, I wanted to experience this so that I can learn. So not why me. It should be, why me is it? I hate that question. Don't ever why me. Yay. It's not why me. It's what has this got to teach me? So experience. And there's no why me that's going to take that experience away. So lamenting and self-pity and victim won't help you. What will help you is, what do I have to learn in this situation right now? Excruciating and torturous as it is, or as it was, what did it have to teach me? What does it have to teach me? That's the question you should be asking, not why me. Every person is going through their own. So if not you, then who? Who will carry your load? Your mother, your sister, your brother? No, you carry your own. They have their own to deal with. Trust me, they have their own. So the why me question is not a question. It's a complaint, and it's a useless complaint. Like, who are you putting your complaint into? Who? Ujesu. Akekho uJesu doesn't exist. Jesu does not exist. So who are you lodging this complaint to? To the same universe creator that you left as self and signed a contract to say, I'm going to experience this. Come on now. The question is always, what do I have to learn from this? I'm not going to sit here and say, I don't mean to minimize your pain. We're all in pain, okay? Okay? All of us. So, what am I going to learn? What do I have to learn from this? Even when you forgive somebody, what are you saying? Dear so-and-so, I am letting you go. I am setting you free and setting myself free. Thank you for the lesson you taught me, and articulate that lesson on paper. Write it out. Number one, yes, you were a narcissist. You broke my spirit. However, you showed me how strong I really am. If I hadn't gone through what I went through with you, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And make sure you are a person you are proud of, because if you are not, then start working on it. Then you say, your narcissism and selfishness taught me about the goodness, the inherent goodness of my own heart versus yours. Thank you. You taught me how not to become. You taught me how never to treat someone else, because I know the pain of feeling that pain that you caused me. I would never wish that pain on my worst enemy. Boom. You have learned some lessons from the narcissist that broke your spirit. Oh, by the way, dear narcissist, you didn't break my spirit at all. You took me through hellfire, and we know what fire does. Fire purifies. And now I'm pure gold. Bye, narcissist. Stop focusing on what somebody has done to you or is doing to you, and focus on the lessons that you're learning. I'm telling you, if you switch that paradigm, you become such a powerful being, because now you are in control of your own life. You are in control of your own. You can't always control your experiences, guys. You can't always control who hurts you, who's lying to you. Life is life. But what you can control is your response and your reaction to every single situation and everything that happens to you. You can take an experience that was supposed to kill you and destroy you and turn that experience to make you into the most powerful being that you could ever have become. A lot of strong people were literally broken down. You know, like they were taken to a place where the only place they could go was up. They were taken to the bottom of rock bottom. And so the only thing they could do was to rise. So when you see strong people out there, don't look at them and just say, you are a strong person. You have no idea what that took. So instead of sitting there wallowing in your victimhood and what, get it together. Now, we've talked about self-forgiveness and understanding that you had a say-so in the things you went through and are going through. Yeah, you do. If you know that you have wronged someone, if you know that you have hurt someone intentionally, and don't come at me with, hurt people hurt others. We're not there today. Today I'm challenging you. You have intentionally hurt someone. You have broken somebody's child down to, yay. You have messed somebody up to the point where they thought they were crazy. And you watched and you did it and you manipulated and you gaslit. Yeah, men and women alike, by the way. Yeah. So if you have done that and you're sitting here on this live watching, I want to tell you something. You need to go to that person if they're still alive. You need to go on your knees before that person if they're still alive. And you need to apologize from the bottom of your heart. And then uzohlawula. How do you hlawula? How do you make amends or atonement? You ask this person you are kneeling before, how can I make this right? If the person says, no, get up, we're okay, and hugs you, you are blessed. Because another one might say, you know what, I want 2 goats. Hlawula. Another might say, you know what, let bygones be bygones. I forgive you. I've already let it go. Let's move on. But thank you. Thank you for validating my pain. Thank you for admitting that you wronged me, because all these years I felt terrible, knowing deep down that you're the one who wronged me, but I walked away feeling like I was the terrible person. Fix it. A lot of this stuff happens in interpersonal, intimate relationships. Fix it. You guys are delaying our ascension. You're delaying the things that are meant to happen for us as a collective because you're busy sitting there acting like babies, refusing to do the work that you need to do. Fix it. Fix it. If you are there and you've hurt your children one way or another, yazi lawo maqhubu engane, they are coming to haunt you. Now, please, I'm not talking about parenting your kids. We're not there. And don't reduce it to that, what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are many of you who know you've hurt your children. There are many of you know who've damaged your children. Injalo. There are many of you whose children have witnessed things that children have no business witnessing. They've heard things that children have no business hearing. You've robbed your children of their innocence. Fix it. You owe those little person, you owe them an apology. And this business that y'all do that, adults don't apologize. Yay! If you can't apologize, you're actually very weak. I have no respect for a person who can't apologize. I want to tell you that right now. If you can't apologize for your wrongs, I don't want to know you. So no. You messed up. Umtomdala goes and apologizes to their child or their children for the hell they put them through. Intentionally or not intentionally, sometimes it's not intentional. Fact is, you heard them. Fix it. The reason many of y'all and us are sitting here as adults with so much baggage is because we were hurt and nobody ever validated our pain. So you want to continue that generational nonsense, that curse. Because your children are going to do the same to their children and so on and so forth. Lenzani mara lenzani. And then you become horrible ancestors up there who nobody pays libation for and nobody does things for. And man, fix it while you're here on this earth. Go to your children and say, Nyakolisa. And don't lie. If you really were doing the best that you could under the circumstances with what you knew, say that. If you know that's BS and you know that you were just being an a-hole, then say it. I was wrong. What I did was horrible. I am willing to make it right. And always, you don't get to choose how you make it right. You ask the question, how can I make this right? And if you have beautiful children, most of them will just break down and cry and hug you and say, that's it. Don't have to do anything. Fix it. And for those narcissists who think that you can beat someone up, you can torture someone emotionally and then go and buy some roses or buy a car or buy a boat, I don't care what you can afford, and give it and say sorry, but deep down, you are not sorry. Those things, I hope they choke you, and they will. A sincere apology is worth so much more than a bunch of roses and a 9-carat diamond ring that means fuck all. When you're going to turn around the next day and do the exact same thing. And then turn around and say, look what you made me do. Bona manje ungenze nini? Unkwatiseleni, uyankwatisa. Awukekho umuntu okwatisayo, uzikwatela wedwa wena stupid. You are in control of you. You vandalize somebody's child. Vandalize, wire. Maraga vandalize somebody's child because you say they made you do that? You're a coward. You're a coward. And your time is up. Now, this season. See, I'm talking to you like this. I'm being nice. It's not like me. It's not like me. I'm nice. I'm really nice. Trust me. You guys ain't seen nothing yet. And uyaphuthuma. Go and ask for forgiveness from those who you have hurt and wronged, and then make amends by asking them how you can fix it. And then we have the spiritual community. Hello! Where are the Sangomas? Where are the Baba Laos? Where are the Ifainis? Where Nigupi? Inyanga, Nigupi? Nan, you get your share too today. For you it's worse. Yeah! For you it's worse. You know why? Because you're not a regular person. And you should have known better. And you should know better. Nice. Isikhathi says figile. Kuthiwa isikhathi says figile for all of you. Ne? Thwebula amadlozi abantu. Thwebula thwebula imimoya yabantu. Abuse matwasanes. Guys, and again, don't come at me with abuse matwasanes. Amatwasa bayahlupa. No! Thakatha abantwana babantu. Faka abantwana babantu izizwe neyimithi. Wenza yonke imkhuba. Urepa amatwasa wena. Sis. You rape people's children in an initiation school. Yeah, and if there are pastors passing through here, niyafana nonke nani, oh, Papa go deeper, Papa go deeper. That space is so dark right now. There's only one thing that's going to happen to that space. There's no light that can come in there. It's going to get burnt. Or segment bayo zoishisa yonke to purify. That's the only way that space is going to get purified. Yosha yonke into qalwe phansi. And yoqalwa phansi with the few who will be found worthy. The rest, okhukhulwa amanzi emfuleni. Abanye niyosha. Amanye niyasha already. Uvutha izinto la egazini, ne? Uvutha ukhona. Faka uvutha, ngiyavutha. You don't know what's burning you. So, if you are alive and you are hearing me and you know what you did, go and find said kids, twasanes, whatever, maybe they'll go back, wherever. Hambe shweleza when you apologize. And then you apologize to amadlozi wabo labantu laba. You all think you can just play like this? Playtime is over. Playtime is over. See that money that you made in nefarious ways, overcharging people, manipulating people, lying to people, it's going to choke you. Nah. Anyway, me, I'm done. Askis to all those who found this really, really violent. I did not mean to bring violence. Actually, I had no idea where this is going. Notice I don't have pen. I have nothing written. This is what happened. But please, please take your spiritual growth seriously. This is not time to play. Take your growth, take your life seriously. This is not time to play. I don't know. See, and hello, somebody tried to call me. Can you guys still hear me? If you guys can hear me, give me some hearts. Just give me some hearts real quick. Hello, can you guys hear me? Yes, great. You can hear me. So I'm gonna round off. That was my daughter. Just is irritating me. But here's the thing, because I gotta go. I gotta pick someone up from school. Please take your journey seriously. Take your life seriously. Impilo yethu le. You know. And now that you've seen this live, you know you can't go away from here and then act like you didn't hear me and carry on business as usual. Because if you do, Moya is watching you. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just stating facts, Mara Injan. Moya is watching you. Moya Low is conscious. Patu Anpu. Raise your conscience so that you can become more conscious of yourself and how your behaviors, your talk, your way of being, the energy you bring to a space, you become conscious of how you are affecting other people. And where you need to apologize, go and ask for forgiveness. And then ask the relevant question, how can I make this right? And then make amends. Says one. Thokozeni. I love you guys so much. I will come in with our new moon ritual. Actually going to come in and talk about the new moon and then share the ritual. I'll also write it out for us. But I think today is the 2nd. Yeah, so I think the 5th. So 3 days we have. And I'm giving you a heads up because I want you to prepare for this. I want you, don't sit there with a piece of paper and write shallow things. Yeah, my friend stole my dress, never gave it back. Can you go deep? And a lot of you don't like to go deep. The masculine, hello, brothers, kings, deep, dig it. Go and dig it out. And it's okay to admit that your mom hurt you. Okay? Doesn't make you a bad person to admit that a parent hurt you. A lot, especially men, have a hard time admitting that they have a mother wound because it means they feel like maybe I'm disrespecting my mother. It's in fact, you're going to liberate yourself. And if your mother's alive, you will liberate her too and bring your relationship to another level. If she's gone, I get uyomphatla umsize umkhuphule belidlozi elihle kuwe. Just what I'm saying. But we've got to fix these things. Otherwise, we cannot have harmony and we will never have balance. And if we cannot achieve harmony, we cannot have balance, we cannot have ma'at, we cannot bring about this black unity we are all looking for. Because right now we are all running helter-skelter as wounded chickens and we are wounding each other. Even those of us who don't know one another, we're just wounding, machete out. You know, slicing and dicing whoever comes in your way, even if they have not done anything to you because of these deep wounds we have. So please fix it. I love you guys so much. So was it.